Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings and mercy of Allah upon you, brothers and sisters, and welcome everyone to watch this video. This is the third video I'm making regarding the question why I believe in the Creator. Because according to the scientific method, this is how the universe came to be. According to the scientific method, it's a Big Bang. Yeah, I believe in the Big Bang. But I believe there is a creator behind the Big Bang. Because for so many reasons, when I use the scientific method to examine the Big Bang, the scientific method tells me there is a creator behind this Big Bang. For example, when the Big Bang started right here, what was the first thing? Started from nothing, absolute nothing. And what is the absolute nothing? If we want to define absolute nothing, we could define it as no space, no matter, no time, no energy, no information. That's the absolute nothing. No space and time, no energy, no matter, no information. Absolute nothing. Okay. Who created this absolute nothing? Because the absolute nothing need to be created in order to exist. Because think about it this way. This is space-time right here. Over here you have 3-dimension, length, width, and depth. So if you have a can of Pepsi, you could put it in here in this universe. But you cannot put it in here, because over here is absolute nothing. There is no space to put the can of Pepsi in it. Or if you have a can of Coke, you cannot put it over here, because over here there is no space. But you could put it over here because the space is created. It's being created. So absolute nothing, one of the reasons why I believe there is a creator behind the Big Bang. Yes, I do believe in the Big Bang, but I believe the creator created the Big Bang. That's what the scientific method says when we test the Big Bang. Because there is so many fine-tuning in the Big Bang that tells us there is a creator behind the Big Bang. For example, the rate of expansion. As Stephen Hawking said, if the rate of expansion 1 second after the Big Bang had been smaller by even 1 part in 100,000 million, the universe would have recollapsed before it ever reached its present size. What's the rate of expansion? The rate of expansion is how fast the universe is expanding, this way and that way. Okay, how fast is the universe expanding? Because this is space-time right here. If it expands too rapid, it's gonna rip, and that's called the Big Rip. If it expands too slow, gravity will win, and the universe would recollapse on itself. So the universe is between gravity winning or expansion winning. So there should be equilibrium between the expansion rate and the gravity. And that's something only the creator could calculate, because gravity linked to mass and density. So whoever wants to expand the universe should have he should have information how much mass there and how much mass energy there, in order to apply the right amount of expansion. So basically, more stuff you have in the universe, the more gravity you have in there. So if you want to expand the universe outward, you gotta know how much gravity in there, how much mass in there, how much mass energy in there, in order to apply the right amount of rate of expansion. And that's something called fine-tuning of the rate of expansion of the universe, fine-tuning of the mass of the universe, fine-tuning of the density of the universe. All of this should be fine-tuned in order to apply the right amount of rate of expansion. And that's what's called the cosmological constant, which is being proposed by Albert Einstein. Yeah, Albert Einstein didn't propose it for that. He proposed the cosmological constant in order to keep the universe static, but astronomers and cosmologists, they use the cosmological constant to explain the expansion of the universe, the negative gravity. Gravity could be positive, could be negative. So the anti-gravity, that's the cosmological constant. So the cosmological constant need to be fine-tuned, one part in trillion, 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 trillion for this universe to exist. What does that mean? That means the mass of the universe need to be fine-tuned. The density of the universe need to be fine-tuned. The gravity of the universe need to be fine-tuned in order for the rate of expansion to be fine-tuned, in order for the cosmological constant to be fine-tuned. So all of those constants need to be fine-tuned to an extent we cannot even comprehend as a human being. Like, for example, one part in a trillion, 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 trillion. That's something we cannot do as a human being. When we fine tune anything, we fine tune it to 1 part in 100 part. We say 1%, 2%, but we never fine tune something to 1 part in a trillion, 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 trillion. Even the best computer can do that. So this is why I believe there is a creator behind the Big Bang, who created the Big Bang. Because when you think about absolute nothing, you will come to term that it needs a creator. When you think about the fine-tuning of the cosmological constant and the rate of expansion, you'll come to term, according to the scientific method and according to logic and according to the laws of probability. Because logic and the laws of probability, it's two pillars of the scientific method. So to make a decision according to the scientific method, you need the two pillars of logic and laws of probability. That's what the scientific method built on. So basically, if you have different answers, so which answer likely and which answer is unlikely, that's what the probability laws will tell you. It's not a matter how I feel, it's not a matter how you feel. For example, according to the probability laws, the creator is more likely than the evolution by itself. According to the laws of probability, the answer that this universe came to be through what's called the creator behind the Big Bang, it's more probable than no creator. Who decide that? the probability laws, the fine-tuning. There is so many factors need to be fine-tuned. So when you come to term and you say, okay, this came as a coincidence or came a creator, so you gotta think about it with the probability laws. When you use probability, likely, unlikely, you'll come to term that the answer, there's a creator behind the universe, is more likely than the answer, there is no creator behind the universe. No matter how you feel or how I feel, maybe I feel there is no creator and I wish there is no creator, or someone wish there is no creator, but that's not how it works. Scientific method, that's not how it works. It works according to certain laws, according to certain equations. No matter how you feel, we'll see where is the law, where is the evidence is taking us. Maybe the evidence will take us somewhere we don't like, but we just gotta go with the evidence. We like it or we don't like it. We follow the evidence according to the scientific method. You are like a detective trying to detect where is this all came from, through observation, through logic, through probability laws, in order to reach likely answer. That's a scientific method. That's what it's built on. So this is why I believe there is a creator to this universe, because as I explained before, everything needs to be fine-tuned, from gravity to mass to density to rate of expansion to absolute nothing. Everything needs to be fine-tuned and created in order for this Big Bang to exist. Even the stages that the universe went through, the expansion, like you see the different stages, those different stages, when you think about them in the molecular level, when you go down to the subatomic particles, you'll discover that there is so many fine-tuning need to be done in order for the universe to evolve, to go through those stages. And that's another evidence for the creator. So I think I said it so clear. Use the scientific method, use logic, use probability to come to a decision. Don't just go with the decision you desire, because our desire is not the criteria. What we feel, what we like, it's not the criteria. The criteria is the laws of physics, the scientific method, the probability, the logic. That's the criteria. Those laws, they are the criteria, and they are the one who made us went into space. They are the one who made us invent computer. So everything we have now is according to the scientific method. It's the fruit of the scientific method, and thinking scientifically and thinking critically. So feelings has nothing to do over here. Feelings got nothing to do with this. Oh, I feel this universe evolve with no creator. Oh, that's your feeling. Okay, good luck with your feeling, but your feeling is not criteria. Even your opinion need to be according to the scientific method, because you give opinion, you have to have solid evidence for that opinion. Okay, I'm done over here. I think I made my point. Jazakum Allahu khayran. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings and mercy of Allah upon you, brothers and sisters, and everyone. Assalamu alaikum.